time it will work for
Yeah,
us.
I like that song. You would like that song if you heard it. You need to hear
Oh,
it.
hell is that?
Oh, here we
Oh,
are.
that's the
Okay.
apparently I had on the
No, that's not the one.
Donald Trump assassination attempt details. Well,
Oh, gee. Well,
you know
hello,
how I
everybody.
have
We're
good
on live.
evening. So we are live, right?
Yes,
But it went through tonight. It just went through.
it did.
And it hasn't been 24 hours.
You're
Okay.
right. It hasn't. But we
I
weren't on
know.
very long last night either, right?
It doesn't matter. We were on, it's been within 24 hours.
Okay. It's so weird. I don't
It was an
understand it.
hour. We were on last night for an hour. I think they're just like, they
I
either
think they're
like us or
messing
they don't.
around.
Something like that. Are you
Yeah,
sharing?
I'm trying to.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Matter. We were on.
Did you hear us
I
coming?
didn't I didn't think we would be able to get on, to be honest with you. Did
Yeah.
not think it. So I'm glad it just happened.
Okay. Here I'm going share into
That's a
MAGA.
light in my eye. Oh,
Hi, MAGA.
that hurts. I don't understand where these lyrics come from. Or what's wrong with me? It could be what's
Mhm.
wrong with me. Could very well be. Okay. My dreams have been outrageous.
Yeah.
Outrageous. Yeah. One day I'm gonna talk to you. No, I'm gonna tell everybody in a couple of days because it's just been
Are they embarrassing? Are they good?
well, it's the same dream. I've told you
Okay.
that.
You
It's
did?
not the same. I can't. It's not the same dream. It is the same place, uh, with slight differences. But like I'd say, like a good high percentage of it is always like in a certain order. There's always water in my dream. What the same pools, really. Um, Shores, an education center, a bar, but it's not a bar. Um, there's always storefronts. There's always parts of Brooklyn. There's always a Trump hotel or plaza or whatever. There's always lots of times there's aliens. Um, Not that you don't really get to see them. You know where they are. It's weird. Or maybe I'm not allowed to communicate with them. I don't know. But where I thought it was all crazy, I do believe in certain things, right? It's more science than it is stupid stitches, okay? I have been told by others that they're having the same things, without even mentioning it. I'm having others say similar things. The longest I have found are people that have been going through it for about 2 years, like myself.
Mhm.
Others, it's only 3 months, 6 months, a year. And it's very similar. Uh, Certain things are similar. We haven't gone in depth with it, but I mean, what do I say about coincidences, Joe?
There ain't none.
There ain't no damn
Mm,
coincidence. Not like that.
no, no.
They're almost lucid too. They're almost lucid. I can control them up to a point. The schooling, it's like I'm being educated. I can't, I have to, it's so important to me in the dream that I make it, which it's important to me in life to be educated, right? To keep going, keep learning. You can never have learned it all. Never ever. Our little brains would implode. But
Excuse me.
our subconscious, our minds, our souls, they may be able to learn infinite amount of information.
I'm still learning.
Right. We don't stop.
Hmm.
It's just so very strange. Always an elevator. There's always an elevator in the dreams. There's always nature. There's automobiles. There's very, and there's always parts of home, Brooklyn, that is. Not, and or here. Yeah. Or here. Not Florida.
All in one space.
Yes.
That's
It's,
weird. Dreams
it's
are
this,
so cool.
yes, but you know what? It's just killer that it's 2 years. It's got to be over 2 years now.
Mm.
I'm
It-
here almost a year.
yeah.
And I know I was getting it for over a year before I left. Um, Now it's more evident. These tall buildings. I mean, some of it you could laugh up to it being part of missing New York or something, or I really don't know. But when you hear other people in similar groups saying the same things, you're in awe.
Yeah.
You're in awe.
Yeah.
But it's not anything new for you can't be that new for you, Joe. How many times have I sat here with you and Nancy and a few others and been like, what color or number am I thinking of? Or we play these games. A lot of
Yeah.
times we play
A lot.
games together. It's
Done
a
it a
way to
lot.
exercise our minds. Yeah. Some things have been very uncanny. Like you can't I, we've had them. We've had them so many times. And I don't just mean what's happened with you and your son and I mean, that's just by itself,
Mm. Mind numbing.
right? Well, it's coincidental, which
Hmm.
I I don't want to get into
So
that right now
let's
because
go.
you have some
Move
subjects
on.
you want to talk about.
Yeah, let's just
Tomorrow,
move on from that.
tomorrow we're gonna have open chat at
Yeah.
5 p.m. Eastern, meaning you guys can come in. You can yell at me about religion and Jesus. Mama Helen, I'm afraid Mama Helen's gonna yell at me. No.
She
She loves
probably
me. She's
will.
praying for me. But I told her I'm one on one with my God, with Mother, Father, God,
Hmm.
with Buddha, whatever you want to call it. I'm one on one with this. I don't need anything to teach me more. My body is the temple. So I don't need a book. In fact, I couldn't believe it. Sure enough, I'm watching Futurama while I was eating dinner, and he wipes his butt with the Bible and he says, the Futurama, the same people, Matt Groening and David Cohen, that created The Simpsons. Simpsons always made me cry. They still make me cry. Said that that's the best thing that about the Bible, that he was able to wipe his ass with it. In tonight's episode, he didn't say it quite like that, but it was that. It was meant to be that because it's fake. The Simpsons people are telling you it's a storybook. They are
Yeah.
not atheist. If you have ever watched The Simpsons, they are religious. They always went to church. Lisa always shows you a good lesson. There was always about love. Homer always does the
Hmm.
right thing. They are nowhere near anti-God.
That's
They are
right. They're
trying
not.
to wake you, the people, the fuck up. That's what's going on. And they're trying to do it funny, sporty, in any way possible. I
Well, they
will yell
wouldn't
at
let
you.
him. They wouldn't let him do it any other way but that. So it's like
That's right.
satire, right?
Satire is one of the best
Yeah.
ways
Yeah. It
to
is.
get shit out.
Right.
Like when
That's why
Bob's
they're doing it
Burgers
to you.
said that eye eye on the pyramid creepy thing. Why
Right.
should we? I mean, I've asked these questions since I'm a child.
Yeah.
Where's everybody else? Where has everybody else been? Okay,
Yeah. I
you
always
two right
wondered about
now,
those creepy signs too.
right?
Yeah. You question everything unless you
There's
know it for a fact, unless you can see it for sure with your own eye.
Did you share?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you
MAGA, yep. Do I like it? Yeah. Have
read
my
if anybody
comment in there? Yep.
yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I meant to
hmm
did you check if anybody's on?
hmm Few people.
Good evening, friends. I
Nobody has commented. Comment something, guys. Say something to us. It's
no, don't shut up. Don't say a
at
thing.
web. Say whatever you want. Uh, I thought that was pretty funny. I got this. I was reading this article where the front man from James Addiction. I know it's James Addiction. I know a lot of you guys have heard
Jane's
about
addiction. Yeah.
it. I like some good music. I do. Admit it. I do. I do. I do.
I don't think I can
Um,
remember anything else.
well, the I guess what happened was the band was playing so loud that nobody could hear the guy, the singer, singing. I guess his name. Oh, Punch Peter Navarro was the guy that got punched.
Peter Navarro, I know. Yeah. Did I meet him?
Uh, Perry Farrell punched the guitarist David Navarro. That's
Did
funny.
I meet Jane's addiction?
I don't
I
know.
may
They're a
have.
band out of eight, and they were formed in '85.
Yeah, for some reason,
They're. I
yeah,
don't know if they play. I don't know if they're from New York, where they're from.
that doesn't matter. Everybody played at L'Amour's in Brooklyn.
Oh,
Everybody. I snuck in to see Metallica. I followed my brother. I didn't
this
get
was
caught. I was like
this Jane's
fucking
Addiction was
10.
pretty much right
It
around. They're
was.
right around that era. So
Yeah. Hmm.
it was a crazy time. The
And later
'80s
on,
was a
Lars
very
spit on
crazy
me when I was
time.
like 17.
It's a crazy time for me. Uh, '80s into the '90s.
I was
'90s
very
not so
young though.
much.
I shouldn't have been doing that shit.
Yeah.
I was
'90s I
stupid.
was calming down. Yeah. So
I think by
I
the
thought
time I
that
was
was an interesting
17,
story. I just wanted to make a mention
but
of that.
because the music was too loud.
Yeah, the music was loud and it was drowning out the singer. But see, here's the thing.
So
It
he probably did it
happened in a few.
intentionally.
Yeah, no, well, it happened in a few of the venues. So, or the different concerts.
I mean, usually the roadies are the ones that check all the amps and all blah blah blah.
Exactly. hmm
Or,
Or did the band tell him to just turn it up? Like,
well, the other thing is a lot of them don't actually play or sing fully. They have like backups and shit. So
yeah,
possibly he was plugged in on top of not being. I'm not saying that's true, but I've seen it. I have seen it, ladies and folks and gentlemen and all that. I'm sharing to a bunch, well, not a bunch of groups, but
they have cheated before. In other words,
well, look at Manila. What was it? Manila Vanilli, Milli Vanilli,
hmm
Manila Vanilla, Manila envelopes, guys. Um, yeah, they lip sync. Then it happened on Saturday Night Live a couple of times. Even I think it was Jessica Simpson's. How do I remember this? It was her sister. I know why I remember it because I was working at a jet ski place in Long Island, on Long Beach, Long Island, and it was like one of the only ones open at the time, especially in New York, I guess. Um, and Jessica Simpson's producer, somebody called and asked if, how much would it be to rent out a certain number of jet skis. They were going to do this thing. I think they ended up doing it in California instead, but that's not far from Fire Island. For those who know what Fire Island is, I'm not going to go into it.
I don't
Sex
even
is
know what
not
that
till
is.
tomorrow.
Huh?
Well, it's work. Let's say it's the very beginning of liberalism. Of
Oh
certain
God.
liberalism started in fire and stays on. Uh, I don't even remember if I ever. I've probably been there.
That's
Well, I
funny.
had to been there. I've boated all over there. Man, has anybody ever had real need for Dramamine? Anybody ever have like seasickness, vertigo?
Just just my kids. My kid, I ought to give my kids it all the time.
I had it once on a nice sized boat. It was like I think
Mhm.
12 or 18 sleeper. It was a pretty big boat, and the captain was funny. He was a friend, and he was like, "You can, yeah, I would steer for a while. Not that there's much to do, really, but we were looking for fish at the time, so he was teaching me all that. They have like
Fish finder.
I don't want to say radar, sonar. I always say radar.
Fish
It's
finder. I call it fish finders.
well, sonar, yeah, all this
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah.
it was
It really
interesting,
is.
and I had been out with him many times, and then one time. Oh man, I couldn't move, and then I couldn't move the whole day, even when we got back, and I couldn't move the next day. And oh man, and they put the bracelet around, nothing. No, oh shit, no. So now, when we came from New York, from Florida, I'm sorry, when we came from Florida, I got the same thing in the car. Mind you, this is like 25, 30 years later. I was 22 at that time, 23. So it's a long time ago. So now I can't even be in the car the same way. It's like, what the hell? But I wonder if it has something to do with the Matrix.
Hmm.
It's
Interesting.
it's just a little crazy. It gets a little crazy. Oh no, I do. I believe that there's just you can't unprove it to me. There's too many coincidences, too many finds.
And there is no coincidences.
My life has been one big coincidence, and you've caught up,
And
Joseph.
there is no coincidences. Uh-oh.
Precisely.
Uh,
That's pretty much right. I'm trying to find this Neo. Um,
Russia, U.S. imposed new sanctions on Russia's state media outlet RT.
talk into your mic.
Oh, sorry. Said U.S. imposed new sanctions on Russia state media RT, which is Russia Today, accusing it of overt influence, intelligence operations, and weapons procurement for the Russian military. Do you know what? All's fair in love and war is what, the way they look at it.
Found it. Um,
So, and they're in war. So this was against Ukraine.
hmm, I am not.
Online crowdfunding. They're looking for material support and weaponry to Russian military units in Ukraine, including sniper rifles and body armor. Well, I thought we were, oh no, that was the Russians giving all that equipment. Kind of,
I
they're
don't even
pulling
know.
equipment from somewhere else, other countries. Look at that. And we just gave 700 million more to that fucking place. God damn.
How
Say, and you
much?
know what?
What did you
It,
just say? We gave how much more?
700 million more.
Where does
And
this
you
all
know,
this imaginary money come from?
I know exactly. Where is it coming from? We don't have no money. See, and there's something else here.
American
Oh,
voice for
and then
liberties.
the idiot, Kamala, she claims there are no
Name for
active
her.
duty military members deployed in a war zone anywhere, right? Well, there's a video of these guys watching and they go, well, where the hell are we?
Good evening,
And they were
Joseph.
soldiers.
Right.
Yeah, she's they're full of lies. Because here's the thing right here. So silly, man.
That's it's all lies. I've been saying it all day today. It's lies after lies after lies after
All
lies.
that. That's all they're doing.
She speaks with lies and lies and the lies of her mouth and her lies.
The problem is that other people believe those lies. That's the problem.
Yeah. Why? Why? All right, there's always been this method to divide and conquer, whether
Hmm.
it's been from race issues or class issues or education, there's always a way to divide and conquer. So, did they find one out how to make their brains think differently? Let's get into real, I want to get into this. I want to get into this unusual philosophical, maybe semi-scientific, but mostly theoretical observations of human brains and what the fuck is going on. Why are see, I'm not conservative or liberal. I don't give a fuck enough to be either one. I don't give a fuck enough to be Republican or a fucking Democrat. It's, it's just, but that's the way I see things. If you don't agree, go to hell. I don't care. But why?
I don't agree. Guess where I'm going?
You definitely agree. He agrees. There's no such thing. We all agree.
Um,
There shouldn't be any such thing as class.
yeah,
You're middle class, poor class, upper
man, I'm fucking poverty, yo. What's up?
class. I'm damaged goods, yo.
What's up, man?
Ah, brother. No, luckily I've never been, it's always been food on my plate. I'm very
Yeah,
lucky.
well, I've actually maintained that. I can't believe it. Somehow,
But why? Why now? Why do we have these people? Now, there are people that just love to hate.
yes,
They
there
hate
are.
for absolutely no reason. But why?
I don't know. I don't.
Did they not have their orgasms? Their climax fails? They
That
what?
ain't it.
Are they not eating their Wheaties?
That's
Well,
not
no,
it. Come on, that's
I'm-
not it.
but literally, I love that. That word keeps coming back up to me. Okay. Why
Hmm.
then? What is it? What is it, Joe?
They're
Why
just evil.
aren't
They're just evil.
Mm. So that makes us good? Are we really good? According to Jesus, we've sinned over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I'm positive because in the Bible, apparently, if you walk down the block, you've sinned against the world. It's like so.
Well, I know this. I know this, Karen.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at
This
religion.
this is an absolute fact.
I'm laughing at what people really believe.
If you don't, if you if you can never ever know the bad, how will you ever know the good? And
That's
vice
ridiculous.
versa.
That's
And
ridiculous, and I'll tell you
and,
why. It's a
and
fucking
vice
human
versa.
concept. It's a human concept.
There's good and bad and everything, in other words. So I don't know. Are we
I
bad?
don't believe it.
Are we good? I don't know. Because
There's good. Okay, so there's
there
good
were
and
some
bad in
bad things
everything.
I
So there's
did.
good in the devil and bad in God.
Well, I don't know.
So you
We
can't
don't
see
know.
there are no definites, is what I'm trying to say. There is no
Yeah.
definite answers when you're theorizing.
Well,
You
I
can't,
can't. And I can't give you a definite because I just don't know.
but Joseph, you're not supposed to know. We're
Oh yeah, you're just supposed to
about
have
it to be
faith.
like conspiratorial.
I know you're just supposed to have faith.
That is as ridiculous,
I know.
right? So okay, we have faith in God. That's fine. We have faith in God. But why did he put us here to just stand down?
I don't know. That's what scares me.
did he say we can't protect ourselves? What, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you have to have some bad sometimes, even if you're
Yes.
good. Even if
Yes.
you're
I
good.
believe that.
So we don't I don't see it having. All right, never mind. That's
I
not
don't
kind
know if I'm good and I don't know if I'm bad, but I know I try to be kind and honest as much as I possibly can. I know that doesn't always work out, but I do try.
that's just so funny. I'm gonna show you something. I just turned on my Facebook. I
Hmm.
wanted to see something. Hold on, let me share it to my. Go on, tell about the other news anyhow you had one other thing.
Yeah, a couple other things to tell you guys.
And let me do this really quick.
So,
This
what I
is
was
weird.
saying about when she said that, the fact here's the fact about the
Here's the
military. There's tens of thousands of U.S. military members serving in hostile areas and recognized combat zones. For example, there are 2,500 military personnel in Iraq and around 900 in Syria. A February Reuters report details that roughly 30,000 U.S. troops are stationed in the Middle East. So when they tell you that there's nobody there's no soldiers in a combat zone, that's bullshit. You know, that it's how Democrats make money. It's the war machine. The war machine is theirs. It belongs to them. It belongs to the rich people. You know, they're the ones that were able to fund everything. And us, we were the ants. We were the worker ants, and we just did what we did and until we fund.
military industrial complex. That is why they call it that.
Yes.
But yet,
Hmm.
I don't believe it is who you believe it is in charge of it is. Okay, let me show you
Who
this.
knows, man?
I do. I believe I do. I haven't really been wrong. I hate to pat myself on the back, but I just haven't been wrong about much. And it doesn't matter if I am or I'm not.
Well,
It's
I know
just
it's not
no, it's
Obama
not.
that's in charge. He's
No,
just a wheel in the cog.
no way is Obama in charge. No way. Besides,
No way.
he's dead, people.
He's not. Well, he's not
He-
that smart.
He's not that smart. No, he was programmed. He
Hmm.
was taught. He was taught to
Hmm.
be
Just like
was.
all of them were.
Did you call me, Joseph?
I did.
Oh, I sent it to myself, and here it right
You know
is.
what? It's like when I put the phone to my ear to hear something, and it my ear touches the call button. So stupid.
Well, because you're
It's
so
too
sweaty
touchy.
and gross. I'm just
You know,
being what-
I will admit this that it is so fucking hot. It
Yes.
in the middle of the day here. Yeah, you do get a little sweaty. Ain't gonna lie. So
Anybody
yeah,
that has a picture of Vance is not a friend of mine. I'm
have a picture of
sorry.
who?
Vance.
Man's
Sorry, I'm sharing my screen. I
and
don't know if
me.
you see.
Mine,
So what is it? What
mine
does it say,
lives.
Joe? After what I was just talking about, what does it say? This is what pops
I'm
up.
not an atheist. We just don't share the same concept of God. Yours lives in the sky. Mine lives within me.
Bam. I was just saying how the body is the temple. We are part of God
That's right.
through the Holy Spirit. And do I believe in Jesus or not? It doesn't make a difference. God made Jesus for us, right? So the concept of
Back when
Jesus
we
is
needed him.
already involved in our lives. I love when Jesus says, turn your cheek for, or help thy neighbor or whatever. I love that all. But does
Hardly helping everybody. I'm telling you.
according to to people like this that put up the Galactic Council
Uh,
of Light Workers. I know it sounds crazy, but you might want to go and take a look at some of these posts on, and this is one group, and they have maybe 400,000 people in this one group. And I
mhm.
belong to, I don't know, four or five or six of them by now. I don't know. I am one of them. I am one of them. My groups are to wake you up. I don't care if you want to call me a feather duster, a whore, or what do they call themselves here? Light workers. I don't
Yeah,
care. It's
yeah. I'm
it's
not an atheist, but I don't go to church because I don't believe in this institution.
your body is the temple, right? The Bible is just a book. It's just a book.
Mhm.
You have the blood of Christ. You have the plasma. That's supposed to be part of Jesus, part of the Holy Spirit, part of God.
I always ask myself, these priests and these fathers, okay, they're trying to spread good and God's will. Okay, that's fine. Were they ever bad? Did they ever do anything bad while they were trying to spread the word?
I've been thinking about it a lot. The
I
Ukrainian
don't.
priests were allowed to get married. I'm not sure if they are in America anymore, but when they were coming over from Europe, they were married. There were different things that they were able to do, but I never say I did. I no, I can't explain it, but like I performed communion twice. I did it once for the Catholic Church for my school, and I did it once for St. Nicholas,
Mhm.
which was my Ukrainian church. And if you think an hour mass is long, you should go to a Ukrainian mass. It's like freaking 4 hours long by the time you get it. At least it felt like that as a kid. Well, they speak in all these languages, Ukrainian, Latin, English, sometimes even Spanish, all in one. They did when I was younger. But they never did the what is it called when you tell your sins to the priest? They're like, oh, say 10 Hail
Confession,
Mary confession.
confession. Yeah.
That was never done in our church.
It's usually done on Saturday.
That doesn't make a difference. Why would it be done on Saturday when the church is
I
open
don't
on?
know. That's just the way I was taught, man.
All right, I don't. Well, I went to Catholic school most of my life, so I
Mm-mm.
definitely know it's done
I dropped out at
all
eighth
days of the
grade.
week. But it doesn't
I,
matter.
I
My
quit
point
going
is,
today.
you're bothering the shit out of me today, Joe. I'm gonna like. All right, listen. My point is, right? I never understood it until Catholic school in
Yeah.
second or third grade. I mean, maybe when I make communion, and that's when I was taking confession. And I'm like, why should I be telling this dude? Who the fuck are you? I don't care if you're a priest. Who ordained you? I don't care. Back then, that was me being me, even at like 7, 8, 9 years old. Yes, I was exactly like that. But now, with the more somewhat adult processes that my brain has, I realize that the Catholic Church used it to their advantage. Throughout history, they must have found out so much shit through the confessional. Who's making trades with who's making love to who, you know, what what knight is being sent out to which country. I don't know. I trust very little in what we were taught is really religion. My heart and soul tells me that there's just we're all beautiful together as one. Anyhow, I love that kind of discussion. We're gonna have to have more tomorrow when we go with our open live chat.
Loy.
Lol.
Boy, we will. I only had one more thing.
Well, you go first because I have something that is not a conspiracy. Although, I do want to ask people to look into, what was his name? Doug, the guy with the long beard. He's like on my level with the Mosaic signs and Masonic signs, excuse me, and all this stuff. I put an article in, and it's very important. And
Okay.
he got in touch with the guy from Springfield, Ohio, this pastor who
Hmm.
went out. He's telling the truth about what's happening in Ohio and specifically in Springfield. And it's what we've been guessing is happening,
Yeah,
but you
well,
really have to watch it.
what about the other little town that's south
Okay.
of Pittsburgh?
I don't know. You saw the report on that yesterday.
Yeah, yeah, because that one's there too. I mean, and these are just two of thousands of these smaller towns that are actually inheriting these people that nobody wants because all Americans have to pay for them. We're the ones that have to pick up the bill. The Congress is bringing them over
Again,
here.
with
They
what
don't
money?
care. They're not paying the bill. We are. Okay. We are paying the bill. Not
Joe, get on to the next story. Everybody knows who's
well,
flipping.
that's what the next story is pretty much about. I mean, her Kamala
Go
Harris and
figure.
well, what they're doing, I mean, her Kamala Harris and that white dude that she's got with her, the idiot that God, he's so Marxist. At Walls. They are they're expanding their outreach to the Hispanic Americans language, the 3 million Spanish language ad campaign. They want the Hispanic and Latino voters. But I know most of the Hispanic people don't like the border being overrun because it's not only Mexicans that are coming across that
You're not going to get Spanish
America.
love their Lord.
They
No,
do.
I don't even mean America. They love, I guarantee the Spanish have the least amount of abortions. I guarantee it, unless they can't help it, and the poor
Right.
going back to class. Class is important because once you realize the bourgeois class are all Satanists, and the reason why they're bourgeois for the arts and stuff is because they just can't do it themselves. Like I've been saying, they're just not creative. We're gonna have to get into I gotta start putting things in some kind of filing order for our next.
Oh.
I started with dates now.
Mhm. Mhm.
I've always been bad at. I never had to really teach others. I always taught myself. So now it's like, doing all the proof and everything. Ugh, you guys suck. Do it yourselves. Kidding. Right, Joseph?
Yeah, that's right.
Not you. I was talking to Rogers. He's in the
So
chat.
that leads into um, the Congressional Black Caucus wants to mobilize the black vote for Harris. But if you've heard those people, they're saying no because they're not dumb either. They're paying more prices in the grocery store too, and at the gas pump, they got to pay the same prices as we do. There's no difference between them and us.
Why are
I'm
Democrats,
happy.
why are they for? I don't get it. Why? What? How a pound of bacon, $12?
Yeah.
I mean,
How
I
can
don't eat bacon anymore, but
how can you see that that's
Trump
not right? I mean,
referenced
it
it.
didn't used to be that much. $4 is what it used to be.
And then you'd get, two for six.
Yeah,
And that was only like 2 or 3 years ago.
yeah.
So where did the pigs go? Did the pigs, are the pig people being taxed that high? Like, what's going on? Is it the trucking industry? I do believe trucking has a lot to do with it. You bet too, Joseph. I don't, Joseph, you're like 3 minutes behind us, so now I don't know what you bet is about. Probably when I mentioned I was talking to you. Um, all right, there's one. This isn't a conspiracy, but I do love my little science, nutrition facts, whatever. Um, I'm not sure. I hadn't checked myself. There's a deer out there. Um, I know there are apps you can buy. I'm not sure if there are any for free. I'm not sure if you can look it up in Google. I just remembered it and I wanted to share it with you. There are certain foods you should and should not be eating.
That's true.
Wait a second. Now, I always say that, right? I always say that. But this actually has to do with the type of blood you have. So, A positive blood should not be eating what B negative should be eating. And this, I mention it because I really believe that if you do know what you should be eating, right, there's different categories. It's what you should never eat, it's what you should be eating and putting into your system. There are things that don't bother you, so you can eat them if you want to. And then there are things that really help you, like energy and whatnot. It's good for your blood. I believe this may have something to do with diabetes, besides all our foods being processed and crap. They're all crap. You get it in a bag, it's going to be crap. You
Yep.
get it in a
It's
can,
crap.
it's going to be crap. All right.
Crap
Even,
food.
even their chickens and everything that they're making, a lot of
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
crap.
crap.
Make it yourself.
If you can, make it yourself.
Yes, make it yourself. Cook it yourself. Learn.
I think knowing what you should, there's also cravings. Um, and it seems to be true what blood types crave, right? Now, I love avocados. I can eat avocados every day. I can eat certain things almost every day. And avocados, luckily, are just not bad for me. They're not in my good list either, but they're not bad for me, so I can eat them. It's it's strange, but the cravings they got right. I think the avocado was one of them. It was just it's very, I think it's a handy tool to know. It's actually a few years old. They've been talking about this. I just felt maybe I should mention it. And if there's a reason I mentioned it, I hope somebody's listening because maybe there's a reason. There's always a reason. It's always a reason.
Yeah.
No, I really believe that. Well, that was it. That's all
Hmm.
I had to
That
say.
was it.
That's it for you too. I mean, tomorrow I'm going to talk about the Anunnaki more tomorrow and some symbolism.
Ooh, cool.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Um,
That sounds fun.
we might listen to that Doug and Emily. I think his wife is Emily, the one with the beard. He looks Amish, but he's not. Maybe we will watch that. The Springfield.
Oh, I know which guy you're talking about. The older
Yeah,
guy,
we've
right?
watched him once or
Yeah,
twice
okay, I
before.
know who
Yeah,
you're talking about.
he is
Yep, yep,
definitely.
yep. Oh,
It's we probably started before him, but he's got more fame. But it's not about the fame anyhow. Like
no.
honestly, I have no. I wouldn't even want to talk to him at this point. Like, but I do. Like, there's some people like I feel like I should be talking to. Um, I just ugh. I can hardly stand talking to Joe. I'm a bird in hell, people. Any jokes today?
No, I'm just
I
joking.
had
I'm
an old
sorry.
one because my sister
Tell me
made
an
this.
old one because I need a laugh.
What?
I need a laugh, so tell us a good one.
You might have heard this one, but because my sister made like a mushroom dish, there
Hmm.
must have been like eight. I think there were 7, 8, or 9 different types of mushrooms in there that I could count. Um, for no more particular reason than we had a lot of mushrooms laying around. But no, it was delicious with rice. But on that note, Mushroom walks into a bar and sits next to this beautiful blonde and starts chatting her up. So he's like, we're getting kind of friendly. Would you ever consider going out on a date with me? And Blonde looks at him and says, no, I wouldn't go out with you. You're a mushroom. And the mushroom looks up at her and says, well, why not? I'm a fun guy. Can't do it with a straight face. And fun guy and mushroom. You don't know, look it up, but
I got it. I got it.
did you?
Yes.
Yay! Joe understood.
Fungi. Fungi. He's a fun
I
guy.
tried. I tried. That was an old, I must have known that when I was a kid. Damn.
I got it. Yeah, I did.
Some things they just don't leave you. Okay. Anyhow, we love you guys. It was a
Yeah,
good night.
it
Pretty
was fun.
fast. I hope to see you tomorrow. Please come in. Please join us. Please come live with us. Um, you could close your video. You
Hmm.
could just call in, or you can come and chat with us in the chat, the live chat.
Do some jokes,
Okay?
maybe.
Joe, Joe, Joe,
Caroline.
Joe, Joe,
Hey, can you hear
Joe,
me now?
Joe, Joe.
Here's to you.
Have a good night, y'all.
Peace.
Take care.